As part of our long-term partnership and friendships in India, Westwinds Church, our church, this week is launching a campaign called GIVE10. GIVE10 aims to take $10 and clothe individuals who are currently suffering in refugee camps as a result of religious persecution in India. I want to invite you to take the next 10 minutes and watch this conversation that I had with Thangkholal, our friend and partner on the ground in Manipur, India.
Hello, Westwinds and Thangkholal. Yeah, I grew up in a family where we are 11 children. My parents were kind of cultivators and they are tribal. So we live in India where we belong to kind of a tribal, which is kind of the lowest caste in India, even not considered as even a caste. So we are tribal, and then we are minority in religion. So we are Christian. So I mean, like we become very kind of poorest of the poor and lowest of the lowest. So I mean, it's a very difficult growing up and trying to kind of educate the children. So my parents sent me to a children home in North India, which was those days 5 days journey from the east to the west. And during that time, there was a tribal war, constantly a tribal war in the parts of where we lived. One of the reasons is because of underdevelopment, and development do not reach to this part of the reasons because we are tribal and because we are Christian. So mostly it is neglected by the federal government. And I become twice a refugee in my own country. And I grew up in children's home, studied in the Bible college, and I have a desire, a passion to serve the Lord. And I become a missionary. I serve the Lord 20 years in partnership with Westwinds community. So Westwind community is helping me in reaching out to the slum, and also, during COVID's time, and also with a canister, oxygen tanks, for those people who do not have oxygen, and then Westwind is helping us to reach out to them. And also I planted about 9 churches, and also I trained up about 15 leaders. And then I also reach out to hundreds and thousands of people and baptize more than 100 people during my 20 years of mission work. And these times, what happened is that I am serving the Lord kind of in the center of the Northeast, which is 500 kilometers from my hometown. And there was a kind of a majority community who lived with us in my hometown, and my community, who were a minority. There was a kind of war, and the majority community kind of exploited our people, the land, and they are Hindus and we are Christians. So they want our lands, they want our resources, and also politically, they have a good supported by the central government. So about 350 churches were burned, and also 4,000 houses were burned, and 200 villages were burned down, and about 200 people lost their life, innocent people lost their life. And about 60,000 flee from my home states to another states, another places, and where I was serving the Lord, that is different states. So they comes there. And then they came there, and I shelter about 200 people within 5 months, sometime 10, sometime 20, sometime even more than that. The oldest was about 85, and the youngest was 14 months. So I could shelter them for 5 months. And when the surrounding
Those last year that it was those people that were those the ones that we did the rice and the blankets for last Christmas?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah.
Those are when they were coming for shelter
Yeah.
in your community. What's the name of that province?
That was called Guwahati. It's
Guwahati.
the biggest city in the Northeast.
Yeah.
It's just below Bhutan and on the top of Bangladesh. So that is Guwahati.
Okay.
So yeah, through West Winds, yeah, we could reach out to them with the blankets as
Yeah.
well as, a lot of rice and a lot of foods. And so,
And
but
then
the people who,
things changed there, right? So things shifted.
yeah,
Um, uh,
yes, Pastor.
and so maybe you could share a little bit about it was, I guess it was about a year ago that things
Mhm.
began to shift for you in Guwahati. I'll try and say that. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So as I was pastoring there, serving as missionary, and then my people come, so I shelter them, and with the help of Westwinds, we were giving them blankets and then foods and whatever we can. But the Hindus, the radicals or kind of fanatics, they were observing that for the last 5 months when we were there. Then then they complained to the government, the authority, with the help of, the police. About 200 police came with 3 bulldozers, and then they tear down my house. And the one of the police officer comes to me twice, and he said that, "Aren't you a pastor? You are a pastor." I say, "Yes, I'm a pastor." "But why? Why? Am I a pastor? So you will tear down my house?" He said, "No, no, no. I just want to know the information." So he took all the informations. And the day that they demolished, one of the officer again pulled me outside, and he said that, "Aren't you a pastor?" Then I realized, yeah, it is true that, I mean, like they were tracking me, what I'm doing, and they didn't like that. So I lost my house. We were traumatized as a family. My kids were in the school during that, by the time they demolished my house. So we lost our house and we don't have any place to go. So one of my friends in a seminary sheltered me for 1 month. And the principal of the seminary says that this is also a Christian seminary. So because they know now the pastor is here, so we'll become a softer get. So we better send him out politely. So after 1 month, I have to leave that seminary. And then I shifted to a school campus where abandoned house. So we repair it. We live there. Now these people, they have not lived that. They came after me and then where I am, so they target the school because this is also a Christian school.
Mm.
So they want to demolish the school. So the school owner called me again, and then this talked to me that the Denzel, the threat that happened. Then we were praying as we pray because we felt that unforeseen danger for my family because I become kind of, they are tracking me.
Yes.
And then we decide that we'll go back to Manipur, which is about 500 kilometers, maybe 350 miles from Guwahati to Manipur, my hometown. And then maybe we will serve the Lord among the refugees
Mm.
because about 60,000 people are in relief camp as refugees.
Mm.
So they didn't come from another country, within our own country, and then our own land, we become a refugee. So we are also become a refugee. As I get back here with my family, I could tell my stories to these refugees, brothers and sisters. And we have visited already 39 refugee camps,
Wow.
and we could kind of minister to them. I
Mhm.
told them, I will become a pastor to you. And they were very happy. And where I do this counseling of trauma healing, and I train about 312 people, leaders, so
Mhm.
that they can take care of others. Yes, Pastor.
Well, I want to we want to partner with you more in this season. I know that we've been partnered for a long time, and we've been able to walk with you over the last year in different ways as things have developed for you.
Mm,
But in this Christmas season, we would like to
mm,
be able to partner with you again, and you were sharing with me about some of the needs that exist in these relief camps and these refugee camps of some of the
mm,
people you're working with, and
mm,
specifically around clothing and warm clothing. Would you maybe just share a little bit maybe about the conditions of these camps, and
yeah,
why people might need some warmer clothes right now?
yeah. Yes, Pastor, thank you. Yeah, Pastor, in many of these games, the people are kind of like they come out from their homes when their houses, their village, their church were attacked. It was so sudden and it was unprecedented. Kind of they have not expected it. So suddenly when they attack, they could only take out some of the certificates, some of the important papers, and with a backpack, kind of like with only a briefcase. So they came out with that, with the clothes that they wear and with the shoe and the sandal that they were putting. That's all they came out. Now they lost their house, the property, their church, everything. Now it has been like 18 months. So now they are living with that conditions where with that cloth, of course, there are people who give some clothes, and last year we have given them blankets as well, and that they have one blanket, even kind of a father, mother, and then even children, they will use that blanket, and I could see them in literally in my eyes, and it was really, really very fascinating, very, I mean, like good news for them. Now this year, I was just thinking like they need warm clothes. Now the winter started already here. It's cold now. So kind of this kind of hoodie, warm clothes, and it I kind of it have this one, so it's good that they can have they need not buy extra cab or something in winter, and it costs like $5 for one kind of a hoodie, which is a used cloth. We got it here secondhand, but a very good condition. So it comes from abroad, like Thailand, Korea, like that. It comes. So we got in a bunch, and then it's a cheap and best, very good, very warm. And the socks, something like this, the socks, and it would cost just in $1 we can buy two. Two pair we can buy in $1. This is one pair, and we can buy in $1 we can buy two. So it's very warm and very nice. So I mean, like, and the pajamas, warm trousers that we can get it in the almost the same amount. So if we can give it to them,
Yes.
and not only like the counseling, and of course praying for them, and I will be preaching constantly about Christmas messages, and then along with that, if we give a warm cloth, I think it would be really, really a kind of a good news for them during this Christmas.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm excited about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I think what we'd like to do is we're going to try and raise some funds so that you can get sweaters and pants and socks. But share with me too. Last time we talked to you, had shared that for kids' clothing, it's even a little bit cheaper, and so you'd be
Yeah.
able to also maybe get the kids like a pencil box and some
Yes.
crayons and that kind of thing. Is that?
Yes, yes, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the challenges that we have is that as we work in the relief camps, like crayons and pencils and a kind of a paper, so uh, the same kind of amount that which for the men for the kind of hoodie or trousers, we can buy. I mean, like in a cheaper rate, we can buy for children, much cheaper than that. But whatever left out, we can buy kind of crayons, pencil for children, and so that they have a kind of books, some of their drawing pads or something, so that we can work with them. And for them, it would be a Christmas. And in fact, we can even buy candy for them. I mean,
Okay.
like that can include candies, that can include crayons, pencil, eraser, sharpener, and also a pencil box, a toolbox, so that it can all comes, I mean, like within a kind of $5 with the hoodies and that crayon box and all those things. And if, of course, with the socks and warm dresses, then it would be like $9 or $8 for kids. Yeah.
Yes, that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Mm.
Well, I want you to know that we support you, and I know we're like really
Okay.
far away on the globe,
Yeah.
but we believe so much in what God is doing in you and through you and around you, Thangkholal, and want to support you in every way we can. And so we're thrilled in this season to be able to raise some funds to help get some clothing to people and help get some pencil boxes and toys and maybe some candy in the hands of kids
Yes, yes.
in these camps. But we're also aware we don't know how long this will go on, and so we just want you to know that we're in it for the long haul, and that we're not going anywhere, and we'll continue to partner with you in every way that God allows us to.